Yes.
But like the comparison, like with me and some of the other guys.
So that'd be something neat to see, the Higher Centers at
The Pirates playing in Williams.
Welcome to episode 62 of the Non-Number Sports Podcast, the home of sports talk for everyone. I'm David.
I'm Jason.
Welcome aboard. Now, before we get
started,
go
ahead.
We got to get to. So, Jason acquired some interesting item that is going to hopefully be part of this show.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm going to turn my video off for 1 second because I just thought of putting it on the video. So why don't you vamp for a second while I go get this?
Yeah. When you told me you got it, I was like, yes. So as a surprise, it's got to wait till he comes back.
Yeah. I just sat down. Give me 1 second.
Get the Jeopardy theme going here.
So I finally acquired NHL Hitz 2003.
And how long have you been playing it since you've acquired it?
I'm maybe, in all honesty, I haven't played it in a couple of days, but when I do, it's maybe an hour a day if I can work that in.
Yeah, since me getting text messages, knock the rust off.
I definitely had a few. I think I had a 20-1 game. So there's a lot of things I'm doing because I realized that on my old memory card, which I can't find, I just copied from your memory card. So everything was already unlocked by you, and you just copied it onto my old memory card 20 years ago.
Interesting. I know I used to play that a lot.
And I did too, but I didn't always have the patience to unlock everything. Well, now I got to unlock everything. So what I've
bring
been
it over
doing,
so we can do it.
Well, what I've been doing to unlock everything is, for regular games, I'm doing five goal outs. So once I'm 5 goals ahead of the opposite team, the game's over, just so I can start unlocking jerseys.
You almost kind of have to. That's almost like I forget what year they started. It was the NHL 3s for EA Sports, the NHL series, where there's two options. You basically flip a coin before you start the game, and it's either best of 5, must win by 2. There's so many conditions you can play.
Yeah.
There's money pucks. There's pucks to make you lose goals. It's interesting. It is fun, but yeah, it almost reminds me of that.
So I'm definitely thinking, because I know me and you are going to have the advantage when we start the tournament.
I'm going to have some rust.
Well, if I'm any indication, that's going to be gone by game 3. Because that first one-timer just feels so sweet when you hit it.
That's what she said.
But I think what we should do, because shootouts are miserable.
Yeah.
We should do overtimes, should be sudden death, play until you win. And then maybe next year.
Say, couldn't you do like 1 minute periods?
Well, so I'm getting to that. So I'm thinking after this first tournament, we do a 1 minute tournament.
That would really make the game fly by.
No, it didn't. It did not make the game fly by. We went through this. We had an hour and a half game of overtimes because of the 1 minute period.
Yep.
I was playing the other night, and it was 2-on-2 because there was a fight. And I was just doing one time. I'd get the puck at the face off, which I forgot that's a whole game onto itself, is paying attention to the other player and their motion so that you pick the right motion to counteract. There's so much I forgot about.
Yep. Now that you're saying that, I do remember that. Yeah. That you have to sit there and just kind of watch how they're doing. You have to do quick reactions. with it. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, crap.
But once I got going, there was a few times during 2-on-2 because of fight penalties where I'd get the puck and within a second of not even a full second, I'd have a goal. I would do like 8 goals in like 10 seconds. Which I know John's going to listen to this. He's like, fuck, I'm out.
That is a fun game. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the Hitz series. I do like the series of them.
There's a reason 2003 is considered by a lot of people the best NHL game ever made.
I agree with that, just because it just feels more of a game with a Hitz feeling. Like there's so much to do, so much to unlock, so much. There's just a lot.
Well, so I mean, Midway's more known for Blitz, and Blitz is a fine arcade-style football game. But there's so many things they did right about Hitz, and Hitz just flies under the radar. So,
well, to me, Hitz, I mean, you can only do so much with hockey, but yet when you have all this stuff,
there's the mini games because there's.
I was gonna say I forget every. I mean, I'm trying to remember. I can't remember.
I didn't play all the mini games. I've done King of the Rink, which that was it's 4-on-4, and you can either do 4 players or 2 players in the computer, 1 player in the computer, whatever. And that's who can get the most hits in a minute. Me and you used to do shootout a lot, and that took place in a cul-de-sac, if you remember, and on rollerblades. There's the one where you have to. It's almost like Connect 4, but you're hitting windows with a hockey puck.
Yep.
Shoot, there's a couple others, and I can't.
I was gonna say there's a bunch of them. Speaking of roller hockey, there is one I used to watch all the time. It was roller hockey, pro beach hockey.
Oh,
those ones where they had the ramps at the ends.
Yep, used to be on ESPN too, like every day after school.
Yep, that was fun to watch. Well, since we sidetracked,
that's not a sidetrack. It's really more of an update because we talked about talked about our idea. Now we finally have the thing we need to do our idea.
Now we just got to figure out how to record it.
No, first we need to get together, like we talked about off the air. We got to get together for a game night and just play hits, eat bad food, and play hits.
Do it before, get on the salsa, like we used to do before.
We can do that.
Next day's gonna hate us.
Well, it's just, you know what? Just melt some Velveeta in a crock pot and dump some salsa in there, and we'll have a good time. We'll have broke-ass queso.
I'll throw some burger in there.
Oh, let's step it up a notch. Let's throw some chorizo in there.
You really want to kill your rear end the next day, don't you?
I'll be fine. It's not the butthole I'm worried about. It's going to be my stomach and my indigestion and the heartburn that's going to come with it. But I'm old. I take medication for that. So
then your wife's going to look at you and say, "You're a dumbass." Sort of like mine would. Not the first time.
I was going to say, this is not a new occurrence for me.
It's not a new occurrence for me too, because I know my wife, she gives me a look of like, what? I don't want to know. Of course, though, what I did to the nurse when the kids were in the NICU unit, when they were just born. Yeah. I was holding I have twin daughters. I was holding one. My wife was holding the other. And I forget what the nurse said, but I remember coming back with, "I'm just the father of one of them."
Oh,
and exactly. That was her reaction. And I just hear this, "David." But staring at the nurse to see her reaction, it was literally, she dead stopped, and you could see the wheels just grinding.
Yeah, she had to think about it.
Yeah, she did. And I'm sitting there like laughing. There's my wife
All right.
shaking her head.
So I don't
That's
know if
fun.
did I tell you this on our chat, on our messages last week after the Randy's pod, after we recorded, a few of us stayed on the Skype call and just bullshitted for a bit afterwards. And we ended up talking about Ponderosa and Bonanza.
Oh, good Lord.
And I told the story
Which one?
about when you thought I was still in the public restroom at the same time as you. And the guy that came in as I was leaving, so you didn't realize that I had left. And you're putting on a performance in the shitter.
Oh,
I had Mike and Diggy cracking up listening to that story.
Well, you got the full-blown look of the guy's face when he came out.
Oh man, that dude was shook. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know whether to wind his watch or scratch his ass. He was so out of sorts.
Oh,
Didn't you say you yelled, "I'm bleeding" at one point?
I'm trying to remember. I think I yelled, "Oh sweet Jesus," or "Oh dear God," or something like that, and just like I think I just like not punched, but like slammed my fist against the wall, just to kind of like almost like you're bracing for impact, just to get the sound, just to get the sound effect for it. I don't know what I think I can't remember everything I did. I just remember what happened. I can't remember what I said or how I did it. Oh, the good old days.
Yeah,
when we were Mallrats.
I'd say when we were morons, but we still are. But
oh yeah, I was gonna say that never changed.
let's get this going. I mean, we could tell stories all night, which that could be a whole episode one day.
That could be a whole episode. Oh, maybe we should do that on a round table.
The bread.
You know? The bread, jeez. YP after a hockey game, gotta love it.
Which that ain't even around anymore. That one's, I think, a Sheets now.
Yep, that one's a Sheets. There is one like 10 minutes from it, though. Off of Union.
Are you talking about the one?
The one off of Union Deposit.
Is there still one in Union Deposit? I thought that's the one that's the Sheets.
No. Or no, not the Union Deposit. Progress.
Yeah, there's one in Progress.
Union Deposit was a Sheets, and then there's one on the Carlisle Pike that used to be a Hooters.
Well, the one on Carlisle Pike is closed.
Oh, is it?
That closed like a year or two ago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
With rumors that it could become a Hooters again.
What, so you can feel bad and tip the waitress, what, $20?
It was $10. To be fair, though, that guy at the table beside us was a creepy old man. He was weird, so I did not feel guilty about giving her a $10 tip. But see, this is something Jamie and I do to this day. If we have a server and they're really good and they get a shitty table, we end up over tipping because that table was shitty.
Fair enough.
We did that on our anniversary when we went out because our waiter had a table of a large group of people and they were just loud. They were obnoxious. They were rude to him. You knew they probably didn't tip well. So we gave like 40%.
Oh.
Maybe not 40%. We probably gave
I know what you mean.
But
I know what you mean. Oh man, gotta love story time.
Oh Jesus. Okay, yeah, let's get into this here.
So first period
before we know it,
right? First period. What's around the corner? The Super Bowl.
We probably are flying enough under the radar we can say Super Bowl, but God forbid if we ever like blow up, we'll have to say the big game like everyone else.
The big game. really people a lot of times just watch for the commercials, which I actually find lately not the best. And the food.
And the food. Well, that's another topic later in this episode.
Yeah. But Andy Reid returns to Philly.
Well, he's not returning to Philly per se. He's
not as to play with the Eagles, but he's going against. He's the return.
I've seen a lot of posts from Eagles fans who cannot wait to beat the Walrus.
Well, yeah, I mean, plus also there's a brother versus brother going at it.
Which I think's the bigger story, in all honesty. I think the Kelce Bowl's the bigger story. I'm excited for that. I mean, I'm excited for this Super Bowl in general because I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
It should be a good game.
It's going to be a Super Bowl that's going to be a good game. But you know what? I said that about the Eagles-Niners game. No offense, David, and no offense to my other friends who are Niners fans, which I know at least two more. And I thought it was going to be a game, and it turned out to not be a game. So maybe I shouldn't make predictions.
Well, when your quarterback, third-string quarterback, mind you, gets injured and he can't throw a ball because of the injury, kind of, and then your fourth-string quarterback gets hurt.
And then your star running back comes in to play quarterback.
So it's like, you're going up against a team that doesn't have a quarterback at that point. So, but no, yeah, I mean, it's just what it is.
The Niners have enough talent that they're going to be in the mix no matter what. I mean, this isn't.
They will. I mean, it's not like they're, this was a fluke season. No, they're going to be.
I mean, they were good in spite of injuries.
Well, nobody ever thought the third string quarterback would come in and make the run he did. Nobody ever thought that. Nobody ever thought he would do that. But the fact that I find it funny, and you're going to find this funny, trying to think of which brother it is. I think it's Jason.
Jason's with the Eagles.
Yeah, okay, yep, and it's him. I just had to think there for a second. His wife's expecting. From what I heard, she'll be 38 weeks.
Jeez.
And what's funny, though, is they said, and I think this was coming from, I think it was a podcast or something. I remember watching a video. It's basically both brothers just BSing back and forth. It's hilarious. But they said they're bringing the OBGYN to the game. And they said if the kid is born at the stadium, it's going to be one hell of a Super Bowl.
Both are
I'm hoping it's
players.
A good game. Oh, they are excellent players, but both of them are. They're both, really
Travis
hard-nosed.
Is probably the best, and this is no offense to Kittle, because again, you are a Niners fan. I know two other diehard Niners fans. Travis is probably the best tight end in football right now.
He is a good tight end.
He's one of Mahomes' main targets. That Eagles D is relentless.
Yep, that it is. Again, it kills me to say it, but the way
but that thing with Brock was like other times. That was a freak incident.
Not just that. It's the fact of how they just got to him. They got to the quarterback so quickly.
Look at how they were against the Giants.
They got through the 49ers offense quick. It wasn't like there was, like any other time, had time to do it.
We're missing another thing here. Both quarterbacks for the Chiefs and the Eagles are not 100%.
No, they're not.
And I think the Eagles offense, their linemen have been doing a good job protecting Hurts. I mean, this might be the most complete Eagles team I've ever seen in my life. And they're
I mean,
going against a Chiefs team that's always a constant threat.
yeah, anymore they have been. I mean, I know looking at the stats here, the Eagles are favorite by 1.5. So it's very slim margin of any of this. But I mean, I'm not betting, man, but I mean, I am going for the Eagles just because, well, from Pennsylvania, that's what
Again,
I'm going with.
fantasy football's ruined any semblance of having a favorite. But
Oh, come on. You love your fantasy football.
it is what it is.
You put yourself through that punishment every year.
I was going to say it might be more of an abusive relationship than a loving one.
Again,
but now this
punishment.
is the Chiefs' third one since 2020. So, I mean, again, they're always a threat. They're a solidly great team. I think we're seeing a really special Super Bowl this year. And now that I said that, Mahomes is going to get injured on the first play, and it's going to be just a freaking blowout.
Well, then it would be like Tampa Bay and Kansas City the one year where it was 31-9. Sort of like how the Eagles destroyed the Niners.
The Giants one was much worse.
Yeah,
so
that was bad.
I posed this to you off the air. So, what television station has aired the most Super Bowls?
Yay, fun fact. Fun fact of the episode. CBS. It just seems like everything is CBS.
It is. CBS has hosted 21 thus far.
Whew.
NBC has hosted 20. Fox has hosted 9, and ABC has only hosted 7.
Damn. It seems like everything is CBS though. It's just I don't know. That's just what it seems like.
CBS,
everything is CBS.
CBS was the place for the NFL for a long time, and then they lost it there for a bit in the 90s when Fox took over their deal. NBC is really the main constant since the 60s with the NFL. It's just CBS has happened to host more of the Super Bowls than NBC had.
Well, looking at the link you sent me, NBC only had 67 and 69.
Well, there are only 3 in the 60s.
Yeah, but CBS had
and they
67
shared it
and
with
68.
CBS.
That was 67.
Yeah.
69 was CBS, or 68 was CBS. 69
no, what I meant was NBC's been a constant contract with.
Since then.
Yeah, CBS was the one that lost the NFL there for a bit to Fox.
Yeah, because Fox had it from 97 and 99, and then 2000, 05, 08, 11, 14, 17, and 20. Yeah, that's crazy on how many CBS has.
But
I know. Hopefully, it's a good Super Bowl.
I'm sure it will be. I mean, I'm sure they're taking bets now on the national anthem and the coin flip, and
They're probably taking bets on if there's going to be a wardrobe malfunction.
well, I mean, it is Rihanna doing the halftime show this year. So
Again, there's always some type of bets on everything, like how the wind's going to be. So it's gonna be interesting.
yeah, it'll be. I mean, I'm hoping it's fun. That's all that matters. Is that it's a fun game.
Oh, you don't like the blowouts? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the blowouts either. So on that note, that's the end of the first. We'll be right back.